Shout out to AB Media for sending me the story. Oftentimes, I will get stories from people that are coming out of my area and I don't know about it. Like sometimes when I do a story on my channel and people will tell me in the comments, I live in this area and this is my first time hearing about it. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. Well, these are one of those rare occasions where I will get a story sent to me from somebody who doesn't live in my area, who sent me something coming from my area that I'm just now finding out about. And that brings us to this story right here about this woman whose name is Nijinsky Dix, who was 37 years of age. She's a PhD student and she works at Notre Dame. And it says she is accused of stalking and killing her ex-boyfriend. Now, this is a woman who is 37 years old, has a PhD, and she works at a college. Has what would seem to be a fairly decent career, and she stalked and killed her ex-boyfriend. I need to know the rest of this, because when you say stalking, that means that you are the one that's following this person around or keeping tabs on this person who is no longer attached to you. And she has a PhD, which means she has doctor in her name. Kind of reminds you of Harley Quinn in the Joker, because she was a Joker. She was a doctor. She was his psychiatrist. And he got in her head, and then she became crazy, obsessed with him. But I don't think that played out here, but I'm looking at the similarities because she's a doctor with that PhD. So let's get into it. Nijinsky Dix, age 37, was charged with second-degree murder in the shooting death of her ex-boyfriend. I wonder why they gave her second degree instead of first, considering she was stalking him, which means there were times when she had to have premeditated this when this day came. A 37-year-old woman was arrested Saturday in connection with the shooting death of her ex-boyfriend, Washington, D.C. police confirmed in a press release. Shortly before 5:30 p.m., law enforcement responded to the call for the sound of gunshots at an apartment complex in Washington, D.C. Upon arrival, members located an adult male inside an apartment suffering from gunshot wounds. The victim displayed no signs of consistent with life. Police confirmed 44-year-old Terry Hickman died at the scene. Hours later, police arrested and charged Nijinsky Dix with second-degree murder while armed, police confirmed in its press release. This offense is domestic in nature. According to court records obtained by NBC5 in Chicago, an individual allegedly told investigators that Dix had been in a 3-month-long relationship with Hickman that ended in May. Hold on. So the relationship only lasted 3 months. And she was stalking him with seemingly looks to be ever since. I'm sitting here thinking that they was probably in a long-term relationship. Maybe they didn't say 3 years. They said 3 months. That's what, a little over 90 days that they were together. And she did all of this for something that lasted 3 months. Something ain't right in the head with her. Police said that according to the individual, Dix was allegedly stalking Hickman. The court records state that Dix was at the apartment and allegedly was kneeling at Hickman's feet when detectives arrived at the scene. Investigators discovered a cell phone and determined Dix was speaking with her mother, who was still on the line according to the court records. The individual stated the defendant called her and stated, "He pushed me and I shot him," the court records state. Well, my question is, what was she doing there? What led to him pushing you allegedly? Because we only have her word on it. What allegedly led to him pushing her? And now that we know that she was stalking this man, he probably was trying to defend himself. She probably charged at him, and he pushed her away to get her off of him. And that's when she pulled out the gun and shot him. See, she's trying to drum up a defense of self-defense for herself. Oh, he pushed me and I had no other choice but to defend myself, so I shot him. But there's evidence coming out that leads that she was stalking this guy. So, and also, what were you doing at his apartment? Because it sounds to me they was only in a relationship for 3 months, which means it sounds to me like they ended on bad terms to me. But she was the one that was apparently not ready to let it go. The station also reported that Dix was a PhD student at the University of Illinois, but worked at the University of Notre Dame, where she was the director of the Talent Search Upward Bound program, which helps people from disadvantaged backgrounds. It was unclear whether Dix obtained an attorney or appeared in front of a judge to enter a plea. That's crazy. Don't think that just because they have a nice smile or they look attractive or they're very highly educated and everything like that, that, you know, they are all together. Just like that song by BBD when they said, "Don't trust the big button to smile, that girl is poison." She sounds just like that. But notice how she tried to frame it. Oh, he pushed me. So I had to defend myself, so I shot him. But you were stalking him. Y'all was only in a relationship for 3 months. 3 months, that's a very short relationship. And usually if people are only in a relationship for that short of amount of a time, that means that there was a lot of toxicity going on in that relationship. And from the look of it, it looks like she was the one that was bringing the toxic nature, just based on the fact that she was stalking this man. And it didn't specify in the article how long she was stalking him. It just said that she was. And then she had a gun and she went over to his apartment. He didn't go see her. She went to his apartment and she had a gun with her. That's why I was questioning how was this even second degree, because she carried a gun with her, which means she had intent to use it. And that's exactly what she did. And they said when they found her, she was kneeling next to his body while he was dead. But yeah, this woman ain't right in the head. They said they charged her with second degree murder. I'm sure there's going to be more information coming out, but as it stands right now, the woman is a cold-blooded murderer. And a psychotic one at that. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to try to give her some kind of insanity plea or anything like that, even though she doesn't deserve it, in my honest opinion. But we shall see where it goes from here. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments.